What are you still salty about? When I was in high school, someone tagged up the school. They announced there would be a reward for anyone who rats anyone out. I get called in the office and find out I'm suspended for vandalization. I didn't do it and had no idea who. 4 days later, I'm allowed to come back to school because they found who actually did it. I just got an apology. Me and some others in primary school were saying the biggest numbers we knew of. Everybody was saying like 100,000 and a million, and then I'm like a trillion. And they refused to believe it was a real number. 20 years ago, I had 3 friends show up at my house, and when they left my wallet with $80 in it was missing, one of the guys felt bad and gave me $20 back. 3 years after that, we were in the BK drive-thru and he whipped out my wallet. Still salty. His FB friend request has just been sitting there for like 2 years. I was probably 5 years old visiting my mom at the hospital after she gave birth to my brother, and she was given food on a tray which she didn't want, so she gave it to me. I put the tray on the table, and as I was eating, the nurse takes the tray away from me and throws away the food. That may have been my first true instance of anger in my life. I'm 27 now and I'm pissed as I'm writing this, haha. That my 6th grade teacher refused to believe I had no idea the dude sitting behind me was copying my answers on the test. I missed out on recognition at my school's big academic assembly for arguably the most important academic results one gets in their schooling career in my state in Australia, because the teacher I had sent my results to didn't pass on the news. It's been years and it still fills me with such exasperation. A friend told me that they only hang out with me when all of their other options run dry. My copyright law teacher gave us a case for our pass-or-fail final exam. I solved the case. We needed to predict the outcome based on evidence, and he failed me. Later that day, I decided to look the case up, and turns out I was right. When I confronted him, he said the grade was already posted, and even though I was right, he wouldn't do anything about it. Had to retake the class. Our wedding photographer left part of their lens cap on, so every photo is shrouded in a massive black ring. No good photos from the wedding. My sister got a brand new car for her 16th birthday. I got $20. I worked at McDonald's in high school. I trained maybe half a dozen other people who started there after I did and was never promoted to crew trainer for that sweet 15 cents an hour raise. I wouldn't really be salty about it if they hadn't promoted 2 people I trained to crew trainer, and one of them again to manager. That my managers wouldn't let me have a weekend off for what would have essentially been my honeymoon because it's Small Business Saturday and you need to be here. I gave them over a month's notice and Small Business Saturday lasted all of an hour. Thank God, I don't work there anymore. When I had to get photos printed for a university project, so I went to a printer shop and they charged me £2 extra for a DVD with my photos on, even though I told them I didn't want the DVD, so I didn't get it, but they still charged me anyways and threw away my receipt before I could look at it. So with my new photos, I went to hand in my project, only to be told that we were doing a peer review of them. No one in my group did the project and couldn't care less about it. So I wasted all that time and effort. Still so salty. My mom ate a candy I saved for after school. It happened 20 years ago. Being told I was too good to promote at my old job. After learning a bunch of different skill sets, taking on countless extra shifts and taking care of things that weren't even in my job description, it was decided that it was more cost-effective to keep me on the ground floor instead of hiring multiple people to replace me. The promotion instead went to a guy whose major skill was brown-nosing. More mad at myself for not valuing networking and over-relying on work ethic.